citizen or public comments? Seeing none, welcome everybody. Consideration of approval of the agenda.
So move, Your Honor.
Nope. Excuse me, Your Honor, we need to pull item 9A, audit report, because the auditor is not going to be here tonight. Coming next meeting or sometime in the
The
future?
19th, yes, the next meeting she'll be here.
So you're moving to delete
Delete.
it?
Pull that, item 9A.
Clerk call the roll on the deletion.
Starr.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye.
Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
That item will be deleted. Is there now a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
So move. Second.
Clerk call the roll.
Yeager.
Aye.
Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Starr.
Aye.
Agenda as amended is approved. Consideration of approval of the minutes of the December 15 and December 22 meetings. Are there any questions or discussion?
Second.
Clerk call the roll.
Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Starr.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye.
The minutes of the December 15 and December 22 meetings are approved. Consideration of approval of the consent calendar. Any questions regarding the consent calendar?
So moved. Second.
Clerk will call the roll.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Starr.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye.
Friesman.
Aye.
Okay, the consent calendar is approved as submitted. Business of the mayor. I have a Christmas card that I'll pass along. Came from Metis.
Any money in it?
No, but it's a nice card. Next up, the way this is broken down, we appoint Eric Miller to replace Trey Becker on the housing board. Trey Becker has resigned effective the end of the month of December of 2014. I've checked with Eric Miller. He's agreeable with proceeding with the remainder of the Becker term. Eric is with CUS Bank
Cresco.
and has expressed an interest in this matter. He certainly has the capabilities to add to that particular board in terms of finance and what have you, which is a part of it. So with that, I would submit his name for that particular period of time and that slot.
I'd move to approve. Second.
Clerk will call the roll.
Malero.
Aye.
Starr.
Read it to me.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye.
Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Okay. The appointment of Eric Miller is approved. Other appointments, we have a series of them as of the first of the year, and I sort of want to use this occasion to note that some other governmental entities and so on, they've put in place some arbitrary rules to the effect of like term limits. I have not been doing that over the years. My basic theory is as long as it meets the requirements, living where they need to be living, gender is something we've discussed, and we have achieved that kind of gender balance that everybody has wanted us to do. But otherwise, if we have people who are enjoying the work, are wanting to be reappointed, basically have a track record of working well with each other and collaboration, as everybody in this governing body knows. You need the right blend of people sometimes to get things accomplished. So I've been reappointing and will continue to be reappointing as these people come up, unless they do not want to do that. And with that, I will go through a long list of who's available and what's happening at this particular time.
Excuse me, Your Honor, but on that same token, do you have the right to remove somebody if we have no time limit on them? We look for next
We're
time?
putting time limit. I'm appointing people for periods of time.
Oh, for you, or for a specific period?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just no
Okay.
term limit.
Yeah.
Term limit, okay.
Term limit would mean, after 2 of those 3-year terms, they wouldn't be able
Okay.
to continue to serve.
I was understanding you appoint them, they can run forever.
No, that was not the
Okay.
intention, as I will make clear as we go through here.
I like the way our mayor works on it, just run on and on and on.
Broadband Telecommunication Commission, Danny Wilson, who was just actually put in place here a year or so ago, is now being reappointed, time for a regular 5-year term. So that, I think everybody's familiar with his work with the hospital, works in the telecommunications, broadband area, and so on. Just to keep on with the sheet the way it works, Julie Hildebrand will be up in the first Monday in April for appointment, and she was willing to continue to serve. She, of course, works at Citizens National Bank and has been serving for at least 1 term there.
On what committee is that, Your Honor?
The Civil Service Commission.
Okay.
And so she's willing to be reappointed. Electrical Board, Tom Bach is willing to be reappointed for another 3-year term. And with that, I'm going to stop and ask for questions, and we'll sort of break these up. I've got quite a long list. There's a motion to approve those.
So moved.
Second.
Clerk will call the roll.
Starr.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye.
Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Okay, Historic Preservation Commission. 3 of them are reappointments. Jeff Sisson, who I think everybody is familiar with, he's going to take over as chair of that commission at this point. There's a vacancy because of Ron Turner's untimely death. Carol Fry and Laura Wallace also are asking to be reappointed. I think everybody is pretty much familiar with all of those. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Laura works with Comprehensive Systems. Carol's a teacher, a librarian. Then we have the vacancy created by Ron Turner. Essentially, it's a 1-year term, and I've visited with, and he's willing to take the appointment. It would be Ryan Kronberg from the press. He expressed an interest in that particular position. He's with an interest in it. He's certainly situated well to help explain the various issues that come before historic preservation in terms of, as a journalist and so on, getting that story told. So those will be the 4 that I'm submitting for that particular commission. The Housing and Redevelopment Authority, we have 2 individuals who are seeking reappointment. That's Jeremy Heyer from Edward R. Jones, and Jenna Hagland, who's a resident in the housing units. And one of those members of the commission has to be from the housing units. In addition, and we've already covered Eric Miller for Becker. So I would submit those names for these two commissions.
So moved.
Second.
Clerk will call the roll.
Yeager.
Aye.
Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Starr.
Aye.
Okay, those names are all approved. Park and Rec, we have two reappointments, Bob Cloberdance and Dennis Peterson. Needless to say, they have been right at the heart of all the activities that have been going on with Park and Rec, and in particular the Riverfront Park project has been where they have been most active, and I think what basically they're interested in doing is continuing that project to its completion. As everybody knows, we have a number of things that aren't yet totally complete, and they will be working to make sure that everything does get in apple pie order before they leave. So that is where they are. I've also got Chuck LeMaster to be reappointed to Planning and Zoning Commission. Chuck is a detail guy, if there ever was one. He's really good at getting the big picture on things like planning and zoning, so I heartily recommend him for that reappointment. I haven't been able to reach Mike Scheer, who's the other member who is up for reappointment, so I won't be able to, he simply, for whatever reason, is not answering his phone at this point, probably on vacation or something like that. So I have those three to propose for the
So move. Second.
clerk will call the roll.
Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Starr.
Aye.
Yeager.
Okay, those reappointments are approved. And that's all I have on appointments. I did want to mention one thing, and maybe it'll fit with other announcements that the clerk and the administrator will be talking about. I think the way I understand it, and the reason I'm bringing it up is in my role serving on the committee that is supposed to be getting input on the repurposing of the middle school, which included a presentation from Dean Andrews, basically asking for input by the end of our budget process on that subject. I haven't seen anything in the budgetary timelines that sets aside any time to deal with that. There may be the intention of everybody to fit it in someplace, but I would think, given the request that we have from the committee, Mr. Andrews' committee, that we should at some point before the end of the budgetary process come up with some kind of response, at least explaining where we're at in that process. I'm not taking any, I don't have a particular bent with this other than to make sure it doesn't get lost in the general budgetary procedures, which we are undertaking in getting to a budget. So, and matter of fact, I wouldn't guess that we wouldn't have any budgetary activity in which we would be in this next 12 months doing that much expenditure, but it's our intentions and sort of our evaluation that I'm more interested in. So I just pass that along as an entree to the fact that we're going to start the budget on Thursday, right?
Yes.
Okay. Next up, public hearing on sale of real property located at 507 Wright Avenue. Open the hearing. We have a filing of affidavit of publication.
Your Honor,
Any written comments or objections?
None, Your Honor.
Oral comments or objections?
Move it close.
Second.
Clerk, call the roll.
Hammond.
Aye.
Valero.
Aye.
Starr.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye.
Friesman.
Aye.
The hearing's closed. Consideration of Resolution 1-2015, approving sale of property. Discussion.
This is a redo.
Just a correct conveyance,
Procedural,
essentially. All right.
Is there a motion?
So moved, Your Honor. Second.
Clerk, call the roll.
Valero.
Aye.
Starr.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye.
Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Okay. Resolution 1-2015 is approved for the sale of property at 501 Wright. Consideration of motion, whoops, nope, we took that out. Consideration of unfinished business. Consideration of new business. Miscellaneous correspondence.
None, Your Honor.
City Attorney's report.
Not much to report other than my golf game is about the same as it was.
Really?
I'll put that in the notes.
City Clerk's report. Is your golf game in pretty good shape, too?
My golf game stinks, I will tell you that right now, but I still like to play. We will have a budget meeting on Thursday at 4 o'clock, and you guys have your packets in front of you, so you will not be getting anything delivered to you. So take a look at those. If you have any questions, let us know. We plan on going over the public safety department, basically. So we will be going over police, fire, dispatch, code enforcement. Several of those we probably won't talk about, like communications equipment, police asset forfeiture, safety education, just because they're so cut and dried. So the bulk of it's going to be probably police and fire, and those are the and code enforcement.
And just a quick note on the not getting delivery. My son enjoys when we get the deliveries at my house, so he looks forward to it. So
Oh,
he's
shoot.
going to
Well,
miss out.
Apologize to Ben for
Yeah,
me, okay?
I will do.
Okay. City Administrator's report.
Just a couple things I wanted to update you on. A week or so ago, when we were having our union negotiation day, Mike Galloway was here, and so we talked about advertising for the police chief and public safety director and how to proceed with that. And he actually suggested advertising for a public safety director, advertising it that way, so that way everybody that applies knows that there's the distinct possibility that they would be asked to be the public safety director. You'd go through the process, and you'd still ultimately choose between the police chief and the fire chief, but in advertising, he suggested taking that route. So that's going to be the process. I'm going to suggest the civil service when we meet here, hopefully not this week, next week, when we officially advertise for that position. Additionally, I've gotten 3 quotes from different firms on doing the hiring process. Civil service wanted to get a couple different quotes to see what was out there, approaches towards doing that, and so I've done that. So we have the information now to put together to meet and get moving forward on that permanent filling of the police chief and public safety director. Snow route announcement. I did kind of an initial stab at making an announcement posted with KCHA announcing that, with our current ordinance, our snow routes, we've got snow removal operations happening, so no parking on the arterial roadways. We posted on our website, and we also put a link on there that lists all those snow routes on there, so people can go and see which streets and roads those are. So that's out and functioning. So if anybody's interested, you can go to the homepage on the website and see that too. This Friday we've got our water department, our first set of interviews for the water department position. Earlier today we had a meeting with the school and the sports complex and had good discussion, and so we're moving forward with that. We're just now waiting for the school to come back with additional information as how they'd like to see moving forward with that. The comprehensive plan, after our last workshop, I kind of put some thoughts down together and then discussing with the mayor some ideas and how we might want to look at moving forward with that. And so I'm going to put that together in some notes to have that out to you this Friday, so you can look at that before Monday's meeting. So kind of give an idea, some parameters on how to move forward with that comprehensive plan. And then I guess the last thing I just wanted to mention is Katie became a member of the 4-Pound Club this morning. So she's doing really well, and hopefully she'll be coming home here soon. So
Good.
that's all I've got.
Okay. Board, commission, or committee reports? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, we're adjourned.
Thank whoever cleaned our street up.